Good evening. You're coming for first glance weather. We're going to take a look at our national and then the local southeast and then the local Pinellas. And then we're going to do a recap of last week's weather for Pinellas County. First of all, we're going to start the overnight low temperatures for the U.S. Looks like we're going to be well much average for the overnight lows for the middle of July, with upper 60s in the central, upper 60s to lower to mid 50s in the north central, into the Rockies, upper 60s to lower 70s, out west, upper 70s to lower 80s, upper 70s in Texas, in the south and the southeast, upper 80s to low 80s, in upper 70s to mid 70s, and in mid 60s in upper 60s in the northeast, and in the Midwest, mid to upper 60s. Now these are some of the high temperatures for tomorrow across the United States. And looks like Las Vegas 103, Phoenix 101, Austin 98, Jacksonville 95, Detroit 81, Duluth, Minnesota 78. That's wonderful. Rapid, South Dakota 93, Evansville 79, Boston 78. So it looks like scattered in of mid 80s, some 70s mixed in with the 80s, 90s and hundreds across the board for Saturday's forecast, and that's, like I said, that's average. Now these are the next few days for our national high temperatures, and it's going to get quite warm. Especially in this area right here. Now this is our first glance weekly recap for Monday through Friday, the 17th through the 21st. On Monday we had a low of 83 and a high of 90. And I got the thunderstorm symboling all over here because we had thunderstorm each and every single day. Not in every area got the rain in Pinellas County. It was scattered. Every day, I think almost every city in Pinellas County got a little bit of rain one day or the other. And Tuesday was a low of 82 and a high of 88. Wednesday, a low of 80, 92. A low of Thursday of 80 and high of 90. And Friday, low of 83 and high of 91. And our average is, I think it's 91 for our average high. Yeah, it's 91 for average high for Pinellas County. For tonight in Pinellas County, you're looking at a low of 83 and our average low of 78. So we're going to be a little bit above due to the west and southwest winds. We're going to be a little bit above for our average low temperature of 83 degrees. There's no chance of rain, so we're calling for clear skies. And the winds will be from the west at 11 miles an hour. And for Saturday, we are calling for a high of 90 degrees in the hot category. And I forgot to put in here in this forecast, but our heat index will probably be between 105 and 108 again. So it'll be in the extreme category, and we may issue, or they may issue a heat advisory again for Saturday, depending on if we get any rain. And the rain chances tomorrow are not very great. I'm going to throw in a 10% chance of rain tomorrow with your winds from the west southwest at 12 miles an hour. And any rain that we do get will come from the coast first, and then it will move inland and then to the east coast in the evening. So we're doing the reverse pattern that we typically get, because we typically get the southeast winds, south and southeast winds, which brings our rain and thunderstorm activity from the east coast to the west coast in early afternoon, mid-afternoon, and late evening. But we are not in that typical pattern, and this pattern is going to last for 2-3 days, and then we may switch back over to a more typical summer pattern for June or for July in Pinellas County. This is our weather alert for early morning fog around the area. Yesterday morning or this morning, it was more widespread. It's not as much because of the fact that we're not going to have as much thunderstorm activity around. The more the fog is going to be more up in this general area up in here. So this area up here is going to be more of the fog area and a little bit of wind out in here. Like I said, it's going to be scattered fogs and stuff, so be careful. This is around 5 a.m. in the morning, so be very careful. Now this is our early morning thunderstorms, and like I said, and when we do get thunderstorms, they will come off the Gulf, which is this way right here, and then the sea breeze will set in, and then the sea breeze will march across the state and then end up over here late afternoon and early evening out on the east coast. So as you can see, the winds are coming this way from the south and southwest. So henceforth, that's why we would have morning thunderstorms. And we got a couple areas of morning thunderstorms and just north of Florida and northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and a little bit out into the Gulf, and little sporadic thunderstorm cells that could form. Now these are our morning low temperatures for the southeast, and we got Houston at 81, Tulsa at 67, up in Tennessee at 66, Arkansas 69 on the border of Arkansas, and looks like Oklahoma at 69 degrees, 76 in Atlanta, Charleston 77, Orlando 79. Now these are some of our high temperatures. Memphis, Tennessee of 84, and then up in the mountains we've got a 69 degrees, and that would be beautiful. 77. Jacksonville would be the warmest in Florida at 95, tied with Tallahassee at 95, Austin 98, and New Orleans 95. So the temperatures are, I don't see any hundreds in the southeast, upper 80s, a few 60s, sporadic in the mountains of the Carolinas, mostly in the 90s in the far southeast and the south around Texas. Now this is a weather alert for a heat index around 2 p.m. Even with the temperatures in the 90s, Houston at 104, Brownsville in Texas 105, Mobile, Alabama 107, Tallahassee 109, Tampa area 102, Orlando area 103, Miami area 104, 103, Orlando 104, and Miami 103. Dallas at 95, Georgia 96, and the other ones are in their 80s, so not as much humidity up in this general area just north of the southeast. So I won't be surprised if a few places might get with a heat advisory coming out tomorrow. So keep to your local National Weather Services offices and look for possible advisories or even some warnings for tomorrow for heat index. That's what the feel like temperature is. Take plenty of breaks. Take plenty of breaks. Drink plenty of water. Stay in the shade if you have to work out or get into an air-conditioned building or a car. Just take plenty of breaks and take it easy and be safe with the extreme heat for tomorrow. This is our southeast radar going into very early Sunday morning. And like I said, we're going to have some scattered storms, which start out early in the west coast and then move east. And then we got scattered showers and thunderstorms moving this January from the northwest down to the southeast. Thank you for tuning in First Glance Weather. I'm your lead forecaster, Jeffrey A. Gentry. And don't forget to follow me on all major social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the major um, social media platforms at FG Weather. That's how you could follow me on FG Weather. Once again, sorry for the long video, but we had to go over the recap and go over this and let you know what all the weather is going to be like for Pinellas and for the state of Florida and for the southeast. Have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow evening for Sunday's forecast. And I'll have the 7-day forecast out on the social media, probably either tomorrow or Sunday night. Thank you for choosing First Glance Weather and watching our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow me on my major social media platforms. Have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow.